All right, Anthony on Air Podcast back for another episode. Excited to be here with you. Brought to you by our good pals over at Hero Soap Company. Veteran-owned, American-made. Link in the description below. More on them in a second. He's not veteran-owned, but he is American-made. Frankie C. is here with us, and we're talking about Trump being suspended from Twitter. He is not going to the inauguration. Our Anderson Cooper Olive Garden story has a really fun and funny extension today.
Who thought?
Who saw that coming? Apple and Parler are getting into it. MySpace is currently trending. And
MySpace.
There is a list of possible replacements for Alex Trebek. His last episode aired in New York here just earlier. The last one he ever hosted. So we'll talk about possible replacements for Mr. Trebek. President Trump suspended. What?
Oh, God.
Go ahead.
I was going to say, I kind of miss opening my MySpace and having music play as I look at my profile. That was the best part of MySpace. To pick your songs.
Look, my name is all sparkly. Remember that?
And the page was cool, decorated.
I remember.
You had your top 5 friends or whatever it was.
Top 5 friends. I remember looking at Facebook for the first time and going, this is never going to last. This is boring. You can't even customize anything. Boy, was I wrong about that one.
It's so plain. What are we doing here?
What are we doing here? President Donald Trump suspended, permanently banned from Twitter, citing the risk of further incitement of violence. Twitter permanently suspended President Trump's account on today, following what happened at the U.S. Capitol on Wednesday. Twitter said, quote, "Our public interest framework exists to enable the public to hear from elected officials and world leaders directly. It is built on a principle that the people have a right to hold power to account in the open. However, we made it clear going back years that these accounts are not above our rules and cannot use Twitter to incite violence. We will continue to be transparent around our policies and their enforcement."
Bravo, Twitter.
I don't have a side on this. But I have so many thoughts and feelings. It's, again, and I've been talking about this for a while, Frank. It is scary when we start to talk about hear me out, please. It is scary when we start to talk about blocking freedom of speech. As somebody who makes a living speeching, it is
There's a difference. Freedom of speech.
Hold on.
Okay, go ahead.
Hold on.
You say your piece. I'll say mine.
It is very, very scary to me when people go, you can't say that. It's very, very scary. And I don't really love it. Now, at the same time, I am not blind to what took place on Wednesday. And I understand. See, here's the thing. You have these companies, right? And we started using these services. And some people started using them for really bad things. And collectively, we all agreed that, hey, if you're bullying or you're harassing or inciting violence, you shouldn't be allowed to use these things. And everybody was like, solid move, Twitter. Way to go, Facebook. Way to go, YouTube. Like, agree. Now, we deal with a lot of issues with YouTube, especially. I have a lot of issues. And maybe that's where a lot of this spurs from. Like, I'm like, we get demonetized all the time. And I feel like we run a fairly clean show. We're awfully accepting of a lot of people. We're not here to, like, incite violence. We're here to entertain you, keep you informed, whatever it is. Really entertain you. That's more than anything else.
That's it.
But when we were looking at some of the people that were doing bad things and we were like, boy, those people, somebody should do something about this. We were all on the same page. Never did I think we imagine a place where the leader of the free world would be that person doing those things. And that puts it in such this interesting pickle where it's like, and there's so many facets to this. I could really talk about this forever. it was really bad what happened. And by the way, across the board, kudos to Fox News for acknowledging it. Okay, because they were on their air saying that what the president did was wrong. And a lot of people across the board are coming around. Some people not. Some people are doubling down. But that, it is what it is. But my point is you have something that is basically, for the most part, understood that it was not great. Even though the president did release a statement saying people should be peaceful, and in the front of that statement, he also said, the election was stolen from us and so on and so forth. So however you feel about it is fine, but there was still not that clear-cut message to calm everybody down. So you have him saying these things, and now you have to suspend this account. But at the same time, he's still the president of the United States. He has, by the way, they've suspended at Real Donald Trump. That was his personal account. That's right. POTUS, it belongs to the president of the United States of America and is still active. So I understand violation of their services, but at the same time, he can just switch over to the other account and keep going. So what have they accomplished?
They suspended the account because he was using it for for bad purposes, whatever. It was deemed that his speech was inciting violence. If he had done those things on the POTUS Twitter account, that account probably would have been suspended.
Can you suspend the president of the United States Twitter account is the question.
Why not?
I just never thought we would be here talking about this. I never in my wildest dreams. But by the way,
he's a Twitter account user just like anybody else. He's a person.
Yeah, I get that. But here's the thing, too.
Signed up at the end of the day.
Here's the thing, too, Frank, and I want you to keep this. I want you to keep this in mind. What I find interesting is, as we bring in J Sabs here, even though what up, J Sabs? Even though I agree that what the president did wasn't great, even though Fox News is saying what the president did wasn't great, even though we're on the side, even though we're all on that side, I still think it's strangely dangerous to have to do this.
You mean banning him?
Yes, we're talking about.
I agree. It's
weird to say, but just because I agree that he deserves to be banned, I'm still not comfortable with the fact that he has to be banned. Does that make it? I know I'm contradicting myself, but it's like, just because I agree he did something wrong, I'm still uncomfortable with the fact that somebody has to be taken off. That has to be restricted. While at the same time, his other account that he could easily switch over to, he can still tweet out. So it's like you're not even really accomplishing what you set out to accomplish.
No, you ban whatever account you're using. You banned that because it was that account that he was using.
I feel like I'm being as confusing as if I were to say, I think the election was stolen from us. Everybody keep fighting, but go home peacefully. I feel like I'm being that contradictory right now.
Well, okay. Here's the thing. I don't think he should have been banned. It's just scary.
Thank you. Well, I think what he said was wrong.
I don't know.
I think what he said was wrong. Janine really put it in perspective for me just now. I think what he said was wrong, but it's still scary that he's got to be banned. That this whole situation is scary. I think that's what I was trying to say.
It's scary because he's the president and he has to be banned. That's why it's scary. It's not scary that people violate that someone was banned. It's the fact that he's the president and he was banned.
It's strange.
Yes, it's just
that's what you're saying.
It's strange because look at other countries right now are like the president of the United States is being banned from Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. Like that's just it. To me, I don't think he should have been banned. Because here's the thing.
Why?
How do I say this without getting jumped on?
I'm not going to jump
That's what
on.
she said.
Not going to jump on you.
Well, you don't think he should have been banned, or you hope he wouldn't have to be banned?
Kind of both. Because here's the thing. Here's the thing. People say stupid things all the time. He says stupid things all the time. The other day, I personally think that he didn't cause what happened the other day. Stupid people caused what happened the other day.
People take his words very.
But here's the thing.
Serious.
Right. People
Seriously.
take his words seriously, but people take other words from other people seriously too. I know he's the president, but let's be honest, America is like not on the top of the top 20 countries in the world. Let's be honest.
What does that mean?
It's just, I don't know. It bothers me because like I said, it's scary that he was banned.
I think, can I tack something onto what Janine was saying? I think Janine's argument here is, and again, I love that we're just talking about this, so nobody has to go get offended and be like, oh, I'm unsubscribing from you. Like, go away. You don't. By the way, you don't have to tell me you're unsubscribing. Like, just unsubscribe. Like, just
you really got me.
Yeah,
give a crap.
This is never going to change because one person unsubscribes. Okay. But I think what Janine is saying is it's the same argument where, like, you know, when kids, like, go back to the 90s when kids were like hurting themselves or were doing awful things because of Marilyn Manson music, and Marilyn Manson was like, I just make music. I didn't tell so-and-so to go.
That is not the same thing.
And beat up.
No, I see what he's saying because it's true. Because it's like Columbine. They said they did that partly because of his music too. No, these kids had a choice.
This is not the same thing. Music, people say anything in music. Music is art, and you could say stuff that's weird and it doesn't reflect what you're doing. It doesn't. People say, I am a walrus. Doesn't mean I'm a walrus. You know, it's art. You don't have to say what you would do. You like.
Well, I think you're just saying, Frank, that
like
there's a difference between art and the president of the United States.
Well, yes.
I think there's a gigantic difference. Yeah. The president going up in front of millions of people and saying, come down on January 6th. It's going to be a wild rally. You know, we're going to fight this thing. We're going to come down. And, you know, he's inviting people to come down and go crazy.
Can I just say something?
You could say a lot of things. That's why this is a podcast.
I know you think I'm a fan of his.
Yeah,
he says stupid things all the time. And like you said, certain people of his following are insane, just like there are with every other group.
Yes.
But I think that he did not think that what happened would turn out the other day. I think he is truly embarrassed. I really have to say, I think he is embarrassed.
I agree with that.
Are you kidding?
I agree with that. But at the same time, I also feel like he should have, because he's the president.
Oh, yeah.
Exactly. He's held to a higher standard. Sorry. When you're the president and you have that kind of a platform, what you say is going to be meticulously scrutinized, and people are going to take you literally. People are going to take you not literally. You have to be able to say, we're going to have a peaceful demonstration. If he wants to hold a protest, that's his right. That's fine. But he has to tell people, he has to be a responsible leader and say stuff like, you could come down, we're going to have a rally, but we're going to keep it peaceful. I don't want to see any craziness. And he doesn't, what he does, he shouldn't go, when he goes on and tells people to stop and go home, he shouldn't say, well, but you're very special and I love you. That's exactly
that was my favorite part when he goes,
very special,
but go home. Are you kidding me? When half a year ago it was, you're all thugs. Protesters are thugs. But this time it's, I love you and you're very special.
I actually, that was my favorite part, but I actually felt like Like when you tell your kid, like, this is such a great drawing of a snowman and it's just a scribble. I thought that's what he was doing. And
oh, what a great picture of me.
yeah, and when you see that, what you get to a certain age, like where you're kind of like, oh, you're just placating me. And I'm surprised that more people didn't identify that on him when he said that.
But if that was his MO, then he should have said stuff like that during the other protests.
Well, yeah,
instead of calling everybody thugs and saying, we got to put a swift end to this, we're going to throw you in jail, police, don't go easy on people. Instead of saying that, he should have said, I love you all, you're protesting, we respect your protests, but please keep it civil. He could have said that, but no, he called them thugs and made them the enemy. But this time, instead of saying you're all thugs, he changed his theme. I'm not saying he shouldn't have changed his theme. I'm saying his theme should have been, I love you, go home peacefully, from the beginning.
You know what I really have a hard time with? Frank just did it, but everybody's doing it. We're comparing now. There's this weird comparison between what happened at the Capitol on Wednesday to all the other protests that have happened this year, where I don't know why that's happening. Like, protests happen naturally. Protests become protests. And then you have people that take it too far and do things wrong. I don't know why we got into this thing of like, well, this side, and then, but they did it, and then we, and then over here, and then like, I don't know how you can compare.
I'm not comparing the protests. I wasn't comparing the protests. I was comparing his response to the protests.
Right. Okay. Fair point. But I'm just saying
Donald Trump first said this.
In general,
now he's saying, I love you. You're very special to me.
Fair point. But fair point to what you said. But I'm saying in general, there's like this there's like this thing happening in the ether of like, well, during the summer when this protest was happening, they broke windows and did this. So why isn't this okay? Yeah. And it's like, well, no.
Anything violent is not okay.
Yeah, that's what that's the thing, you know?
Absolutely. Absolutely. It's the way you handle it as a leader, which has to be put in check. And that's what Twitter did. Now
let me
the way he handled something.
Yeah.
And they said, this violates our conditions.
Now, let me ask Janita a question. Did you see the thing that he put on Twitter?
The video last night that he released?
The video on Wednesday.
Was it Wednesday?
When the video that Frank was
when it was happening.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like right after it happened, because I know he released, it was 2 videos.
He did one like as it was happening. And,
yes.
And he started the video by saying, I still think the election was stolen from us, but you all have to go home peacefully. What did you think of that?
I mean, like I said, he's going to say whatever the hell he wants to say. So he wanted to put that in there, that he still thinks the election was taken from him.
Why? I mean, that's just not helping.
I know, but that's
we
just
know
him.
How he feels about the election. We know how he feels about the election. But he's trying to tamper down a riot that's going on. Instead, he's like, it's like he's still saying, well, I still think we were cheated. He could have just said, listen, we're going to fight this in a peaceful way. Let's not let go home and then we'll figure it out. But no, he's got to go, listen, we were robbed and I love you all, but go home.
So then there was
the way he should handle it.
There was another video where there was the concession that happened that took place, and where he came out.
The one he did at gunpoint, it looked like.
Was this yesterday or this morning? I don't even remember.
Which one? He said that he was going to do it peacefully, right?
Yes, when he said there was going to be a peaceful transition.
Yes. And see, that's why I think that he was embarrassed.
Yeah.
That's why I think he said all he said in the last video.
Because somebody, I'm sorry, Janine, but I was gonna say somebody got to him and made him do that other one where he said,
they made him read it off a prompter. But I'm telling you, if they let him go talk on his own,
here's what I wonder,
he's gonna contradict everything he says.
Here's what I wonder, and I don't even know if I could find it, but there is such a faulty edit in that video because you're looking at him from head on. And then they cut to an angle from the side, and it's awfully close together. And for somebody who edits these things for like a living, like you could tell right away when there's a weird little edit, a little cut. So
you think he went off script?
I think he said something. I don't know what he said. I don't know what he said, but I feel like there was an odd edit. When they go, if you watch the video, when they go from the head-on view to the view of him from the side, there's an odd edit there, and something was taken out.
It's going to come out. It'll come out in a couple of months.
Yeah, it probably will. You know, throughout all of this, I'm trying to be respectful of everybody and their opinion, because I find it interesting that there's a lot of people that believe what he did was wrong. But then I'm finding people, and I'm friendly with some of them, and I'm even related to some others, that are doubling down and being like, well, he said be peaceful, and he said all these things, and they're still sticking by him. So I've tried to be respectful throughout the whole way of everybody and how they feel. But I'll tell you the one thing that's upsetting me the most out of all of this. The fact that today he said that he's not going to go to the inauguration of...
Because he's a child.
I think he's...
Why wouldn't you just suck it up and go? Because for the sake of the country, for unifying the country, he should go.
I think he's really... and I by the way, I kind of been saying this for a little while. I think he's really hurting his chances of running again, which I think he has every intention on doing. I really think he's hurting the chances. And I think that if he doesn't go, it's the... and by the way, even if he does wind up going, which I still have a feeling he's going to go, he said it today that he wasn't going to go. And I don't know if you really recover from that, because it has been... We literally started the country, and then we were like, there's going to be peaceful transitions. Like, that was almost the second thing that we did. There's no law that says the president that's leaving needs to be at the inauguration.
Not at all.
What happened was Washington was made the first president, and they were even talking about calling him King Washington when we started the country. There was like talk about calling him the king. When he turned around and was like, I am not going to run again, the entire planet was shocked. People could not understand. His advisors, his cabinet, John Adams, the guy who friggin' won next, Jefferson, who became the vice president. Everybody was astonished that he was not going to run again. He didn't want to
have this power for his life.
They literally thought, exactly, he was going to have it till he didn't want to have it anymore. And he said, no. That is not how we wrote this. This is how we intended our government to be. And he took it a step further when he went to Adams' inauguration and set the example of this is how this is going to be done. And I'm sorry. I know people feel passionate for him, but I just think that you are absolutely pissing on one of our most important traditions in this country by turning around and going, I'm not going to go to the inauguration. And what upset me even further is he goes, I'm not going to go because we're going to be concentrating on a peaceful transition. Like, everybody goes.
What does that even mean?
Like, Hillary Clinton is one of the biggest piles of shit this planet has ever seen. And that woman sat there after getting shellacked by a game show host and friggin' sat there for the whole time. Now, by the way, she wasn't the outgoing president. She was there as first lady. She had every excuse to have the flu or not be there that day or whatever. And that heartless piece of garbage sat there for the entire day.
You know what it is? He's not going for selfish reasons. If he was thinking about anything but himself, he would go.
Yeah.
He's not going because he would look like a failure.
By the way, I hate LeBron James. I hate LeBron James for the same reason when he walks off the court and doesn't do the handshake after he loses the series in the playoffs.
Exactly.
Like,
it's bad sportsmanship. Bad etiquette.
Have some class.
Is it possible that his advisors were like, don't go, maybe you don't want to cause a big scene, like you're out of control?
See, I think if he goes, he calms down those people.
Exactly.
That would want to cause a scene.
It makes it look like we're all coming together. because we have to make the democracy move forward. That's what it looks like. When the person who lost supports the person who won, it's unity. It's us moving together as a country. And if he doesn't do it, he's only not doing it for selfish reasons. Because he doesn't want to go.
Oh yeah.
And I wonder, I wonder, like, people who have supported him, I wonder how these next 13 days are going to play out for those people, because he lost Pence, right? Supposedly they haven't spoken in 3 or 4 days.
Again, his doing.
Awkward.
Sorry. But you don't have to lose Pence. He could still be your guy. You just have to suck it up and say, you followed the law.
Bro, Pence was there every step of the way. Pence never.
He was your boy.
He never shied away.
He was doing what he's supposed to do. He followed the law. He couldn't do what Trump wanted him to do.
Yeah.
So that's of Trump's own making.
He lost. He lost McConnell. He lost Graham. Like he's starting to stand. And I'll tell you something else too. When you're the president of the United States and you have a lot to offer to people. It's just like when you're the boss. You have a lot to offer to people. Yeah. When you come off that mountain and you don't have a lot of shit to offer anymore.
Bye.
It's a lonely place, man. That becomes a lonely place.
Mm-hmm.
It's over because not only are you not president anymore, but you've lost your friends, and you just don't look. You're not respected anymore. You also lost their respect.
What I find fascinating about all of this is, if you asked me in January of 2020 if Donald Trump was going to be reelected, I would have put my house, cars, and children on yes. I would have been like,
it was 50-50 for me. I didn't know.
You're in fantasy land. That guy, he was absolutely getting reelected pre-pandemic.
No matter what. Yeah.
No way he was losing. No.
Yeah, the pandemic was a big one. Yeah, that's true.
And
I'll give you that.
We went from I went from going, there's no way Donald Trump doesn't get a second term, to going, I think he's going to run in 2024 and probably beat whoever is the president then, to now going, I don't know. I don't know if he's going to make it in the next 12 days.
I think he's done. That's it. I think he's not going to. I mean, who's going to support him in 2024?
That's what I'm saying.
If all the players right now stay the same 4 years from now, who's going to say, yeah, he's our guy again?
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. That was the first Janine yawn, which means we might be ending nearing the end of the show.
That might be a topic change.
Got a lot of topics to get to. Olive Garden. I absolutely love this story. Let me share it with you right after we talk about Hero Soap Company. Best soap in the game, baby. This is the kind of soap that would decide, you know what? I'm not going for a second soap term. I'm going to turn things over. And I'm going to show up at the next soap inauguration, okay?
But should we elect it soap leader for life?
Oh,
I would. It's definitely my soap for the rest of my life. That's for sure. This is the George Washington of soaps, my friends.
George Washington.
The GW of soaps.
G-dubs.
I'm going to call them up. I'm going to call up Hero Soap Company and be like, why don't you do a George Washington scent? That would be the best ever.
I won't even say what it sounds like.
What would that be?
Wooden teeth. Cherry tree. Was he the one that chopped down a cherry
Penicillin?
tree?
What?
Oh.
Poor George.
Too soon.
He's got a monument. He can't get a friggin' soap. That's not right. That's not a world I want to live in.
For all we know, there is a soap out there for George Washington. Powdered wig? What does powdered wig smell like?
Oh, that'd be nice. That'd be nice.
Probably not good. Probably sweat.
Save 20% off your subscription by using the promo code Anthony right now. Link in the description of this episode, whether you're listening on Apple Podcast or Google Podcast or Spotify, Facebook or Apple or YouTube. It's all in the description below by magic.
Well, that's it.
Tis.
We don't know how the link gets in the description. It just seems to appear. I think I got to ask Tim.
Asked him.
How the what happened now?
By the way, Tim, we should get Tim on the phone because Tim, I think, was drunk texting me the other day, and then told me that he had a COVID scare and then a subsequent panic attack after said COVID.
Oh my
scare.
God! How old is Tim?
Stuff.
I don't know. There was a lot of drama. From Tim. Let me see if
is he all right?
I think so.
How old is that kid?
I don't know.
Where'd you find him?
I also don't know.
And then Allie behind an Olive Garden.
He followed me.
Full of information.
That's what she said.
Sorry, I'm texting him.
We don't know where Tim came from. But so what happened with Olive Garden?
So Olive Garden. Remember we talked about this, that Anderson Cooper on the last episode.
Yes.
Go take a look at it.
Oh God.
Insulted the protesters by saying, "Oh, they're gonna go back to their Holiday Inns and Olive Gardens after this and act like everything is okay," which was highly insulting to say such a thing, I feel.
Yeah. Stereotypical. There you go.
Very stereotypical. Very, very not nice. So a email from Olive Garden started circulating today.
Oh God.
And what I find most hilarious is it's making more news now for being uncovered as fake. And I'm going to read this to you right now. If you read it, you're kind of like, how would anybody take this serious from the get-go? But it's on it's fake. It's on the Olive Garden. It looks like an Olive Garden email. And this is what it has to say. At Olive Garden, we're all family here. Our traditions like unlimited soup, salad, and breadsticks have been enjoyed by many guests from all over the country throughout the entire political spectrum. It has come to our attention that a few of our guests had taken part in a vicious attack on our nation's capital. We have worked with the FBI and the Holiday Inn in Washington, D.C. to identify several guests who both frequented our restaurants and participated in the violent uprising against our government this week. In response, Olive Garden has invalidated our never-ending pasta pass for several guests and revoked a lifetime pasta pass from Sean Hannity. Olive Garden is dedicated to creating a safe and delightful environment for our guests with what we call hospitaliano.
That's hilarious.
Now,
#hospitaliano.
That is hysterical. Okay.
This year
somebody was definitely listening to this podcast. You know that.
How was that not a word before? Hospitaliano is such a great word.
Now he sounds like Anderson.
I just can't believe somebody was like, "Can we fact check this?" Like, what are you, an asshole or something? Of course, this never. This year has been difficult for many of us, and blah blah blah. See your family smiling until that time. Okay, that was basically.
That's really funny.
Hospitaliano. Can you believe that?
Oh my God.
So maybe Anderson Cooper was onto something.
Yeah, maybe he was. Maybe he was. But this is why, like, I love Twitter because somebody put this on Twitter, and then at the same time, I hate Twitter because somebody had to be like, "Wait, this is fake." Like, no shit.
Oh, come on.
All right, let's see if we can get Tim on. What was the other thing that we had to talk about? Jeopardy hosts?
Jeopardy. Yes.
Am I forgetting another topic in
today,
here?
That sounds good enough.
So.
What time
Olive
is
Garden? Man, you are itching to leave.
I'm sorry.
I have a date with my husband.
Is there a TikTok convention or something going on that I don't know about?
No, I have a Gaetano gave me a coupon.
Oh, is that right?
Is it an NSFW coupon?
It definitely is.
Okay. #hospitaliano.
Exactly.
Get down to the bottom of this.
Can I?
You calling a lifeline
on someone?
Tim.
Hey.
What's up, man?
Hey there, sir. How are you?
We're doing the podcast right now. This is Tim, everybody, who does our Clips channel. Does a great job.
Hi, Tim.
Hey, what's up, Jay Sabs?
What's going on here? You guys need some time alone? I was very...
A little connection here.
I know, Frank is here too. What up, Frank?
What's happening?
Not much, just had to battle for my life.
All right, now what happened? Because I introduced this as I think you were drunk texting me the other night. I'm not sure, and then you told me about a COVID scare and then a subsequent panic attack. So what's going on?
Well,
okay, yeah.
You have a lot of baggage.
You lost J Sabs.
You're breaking up a little on me.
All right, go ahead. What's going on?
Yeah. So met this chick a couple weeks ago, probably about a month ago. We were hanging out. Not taking it too fast.
All right, let me stop you. Let me stop you right there. Let's just all enjoy the excitement that Tim brings to this show, because we're all old married fogies, and now we have this like story of, I was keeping it cash with this chick a little while. Now Janine is using a tissue box and a bottle.
What the hell's going on? What has this podcast just
I think Tim, I think Janine wants to know if you're packing a water bottle. That's what she's asking. Don't answer that.
I've only heard compliments, so.
Oh, okay. So, hey, that was a classy response.
What are you gonna do with that?
Anyway, now she has shears. I don't even know what's happening. Anyway, finish your story. Go ahead. You're keeping it cash with this chick. I'm gonna live vicariously through you. So give us all the good details.
Yeah, so I said it like that because my whole life is I'm all speed, no direction. Normally with chicks.
That's what she said. Oh God,
exactly.
That sounds just. Can we? Oh God. 2 minute man.
Yeah, but with my endeavors and all that, I'm all speed. I like to fly by the seat of my pants. And with this chick, I kind of did something different. Was tasting myself.
Okay.
So whatever, we were, hanging out here and there, and then we ended up, getting a little close one night. Nothing, not all the way.
A little poke coming through on you. Yeah, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Perfect. Yeah, so got a little close one night. Didn't go all the way because, like I said, I was trying to do something different. I do kind of care about this chick, so I'm approaching it slow. 2 days later, she texts me, hey, someone at my job has COVID. And she's getting tested, and she says to me, I think you should go get tested too. So, me, in my own head, I'm already thinking, I made out with this chick. She was in my bed. There's no way I don't have it. So she ends up coming back positive, and then I took the next step. Went and got the rapid test.
But you didn't, or you did have it, or you didn't have it.
Well, so now this is the thing with this whole situation is we're at this 9 months, and there's no real foolproof plan to get results because I went and got a rapid test, and the rapid test was 5 days after I had this close contact, and lo and behold, it comes back negative.
Right.
Mazel tov.
No, but then he lost taste and everything.
What's that?
Oh, really?
Didn't you lose your taste?
So a couple days after this, because I said to this chick
before or after you went down on her. Go ahead.
She said to me, I'm positive. She came back, and I said to her, I go, I don't think that thing was accurate. I'm like, if you have it, I definitely have it. So then, a couple days go by, whatever it was, she ends up losing her taste and smell. And I said to her, I go, this is going to be the definitive moment is if I lose that, then I'll know, hey, I got to go get the PCR test.
Okay, so then why were you, all right. I don't want to embarrass you, Tim. But
go for it. It's all good.
You literally texted me 143 the other night.
Yeah. Do you know what that stands for? I mean.
I got this.
We're old, right?
Well, okay. Well, I try, and like Anthony said, I was a little buzzed up, and I was riding the stress wave. So, I didn't know if this was the end of me or not.
I have a very important question.
Yeah.
Did you go to second and third base with her, or just first base?
No, I stayed on first. I probably could have rounded second, but again, I actually care about this chick, so I'm switching on my ways.
Okay, all right. By the way, if you watch this over, you're going to be laughing at a few things.
Listen, I'll be clipping it, and I'm sure I'm going to be editing you out and Frank out, and just leaving me and Anthony. So
that's it. Just leave you and Anthony in. So
yeah.
wait, did you go get the PCR test?
So yes, after it was 5 days, I decided to go get the other one. Work was giving me stipulations to make sure just that I didn't have it. So I go and, go to Stony Brook University. The military's running this whole operation. I get it done, and now I'm waiting because this takes, I think it's a week. You have to wait for the real PCR results.
Are you in Afghanistan a week?
Yeah, well, that's how it is. The rapid test you get, you get pretty quickly, but it's not that accurate. They don't go as far up your nasal cavity.
So are you quarantining?
That's what she said.
Yeah, I'm finishing quarantine. Today is actually my last day. But yeah, so after getting the PCR test is when a day later I lost my taste and smell, and I knew, I'm like, I definitely have it. It's going to come back positive. And of course, the chick was like, so upset. She felt bad because I live with mom and grandma's in the apartment, so she was like, having a heart attack. But yeah, things have been good. Dealing with it, I got a little stressed out, like I said. And by the way, do you know what 143 means, or were you just, trying to, decrypt that?
Doesn't 143 mean I love you?
Hell yeah, it does, baby. Come on. Yeah, dude. I thought I was at the end of my life. Come on, I gotta let the people know how I feel.
Wow.
But yeah, that was it. So I dealt with it. I was doing what I normally do, my routine, exercising, the vitamins, airborne, which is like the best thing. If you ever get sick. And I got rid of the symptoms pretty quick. It was 4 or 5 days. It was a little weird. I got stressed out. It kind of inflames whatever symptoms you have. If you have a bad back, if you have anxiety, if you have achiness or fever, it kind of just runs on all those cylinders.
How weird is it to date during this time? It's got to be so bizarre.
Well, that's what was so funny.
Is
I said to her, this is going to be a great story down the line. You almost killed me.
What did you say, Janine?
Where did you even meet her?
Yeah, where'd you meet this petri dish?
So I met her at my day job, actually at a park.
Okay.
What's your day job?
No, he doesn't have to. We don't have to get into specifics of what the guy.
Does she watch our podcast?
No, but I definitely brought it up because the day we went on a first date was actually the same day we recorded the conspiracy episode.
Okay. Yeah, we should get her to subscribe because we need the help.
I have to go back to this for a minute.
She's into it, man.
You were at work and you were at a park and you met her?
Yes, she was walking her dog, and I grew a pair, and no alcohol, nothing in me, just let it fly.
That's what she said. Okay.
Way to go.
How do you? I don't know. I mean, I remember being scared of catching all kinds of things when I was dating, but this is like a whole new thing,
Yeah, I don't know. I never really had an issue with it. Yeah, catching anything. I just roll the dice.
Here's what's strange though, if a girl you're dating or a guy you're dating goes, gee, listen, my test came back positive, you're kind of almost going like, oh God, I hope it's COVID.
That's the worst thing.
I hope it's COVID.
I hope it's COVID.
Right. Oh God, please let it be COVID. Right. At least COVID won't give you warts.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's the least of your worries. Sure.
Exactly. I agree. How many dates have you been on with her that you just made out with her? I'm just curious.
That night was our second. We went bowling and then we were watching a movie. Yeah, so still keeping a slow pace,
Now, how does it work though? Do you guys wear masks and keep a distance, or what do you do? Are you
wear masks? I don't even wear condoms. Forget that.
Oh, dude.
Whoa. Yeah, by the way, no, condoms are so 1996. So
yeah, they're a joke.
They are a joke. I'm not going to even play around.
If I'm not worried about that, I ain't worried about COVID.
Okay, so you got a quick draw. That's good.
To all our listeners and viewers, practice safe sex.
And if you know how to pull out, you know how to pull out.
Hey, you got to do what you got to do. Drive fast, take chances.
That's right.
To each their own, I guess.
Frank's like, I put 2 condoms on.
All right, but she's okay and grandma's okay. Everybody's all right.
Yeah, everyone's good. You know, luckily enough, we already are in a quarantine kind of state. Grandma's in an apartment, downstairs. The chick's family, obviously, most people got it in her family. I think there was her brother, she said, did not get it, and maybe the brother's girlfriend. But everyone, recovered pretty quickly. She is, I think, still battling with getting her taste and smell back. But I think that's like a placebo effect.
I have so many comments, but I'm not going to say it.
By the way, I mean, I don't. If I couldn't taste things, is there a point to living if you can't taste food?
That's the one that really hurts.
You might as well, once you lose your taste, you might as well just go straight to Olive Garden. I mean, at that point, it doesn't even matter,
Right.
Forget your cholesterol.
That's the only time it's perfectly acceptable to go to Olive Garden. Be like, why'd you go to Olive Garden? Be like, I lost my taste. I can't. It doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. Olive Garden. We're just ripping them up today.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
What did they ever do to you?
I don't know, but if they gave us money for this podcast, I would tell you that they make the greatest pasta on the planet.
Chicken parmesan.
Out.
All right, Tim. As long as you're okay, that makes me happy.
Yeah. Sorry for scaring you. I do love you. I can't lie.
That was the scariest part. When you're like, I think I'm dying of COVID, but I love you. I was like, just stop saying I love you. I'd rather.
Dude, just let us know how that
for the future. You got it.
All right.
Good luck, Tim.
Thank you, guys. Hope to see you soon.
Okay.
All right, Joe.
All right. There goes Tim, everybody. I like Tim. By the way,
Good guy, Tim.
A lot of comments that Tim is apparently good looking. Here's how I can tell I'm ugly. By how many women actually was like, that Tim is good looking. I was like, shit, I've done 400 episodes. Tim comes on once.
One. Actually, that's not true.
Not one.
That's not true, Anthony. Don't even say that. Okay.
Well, don't say.
You've got male and female admirers.
I know.
Okay?
I listen, and for my gay friends out there, I love you and the admiration you pour over me, and I love it. I take it, but there's not much I could do with it, really. But it would be nice to hear it from a lady every now and then.
There's not much you could do with it.
Even if it was from a lady, I couldn't do anything with that. But it would just,
Exactly.
It's just like, oh, they think I'm attractive. Okay, good. All right.
It's nice to hear. It's nice to hear.
It's always nice to hear, no matter where it comes from. It's just,
That's true. It is.
I'd love to get the ratio down to close to 50%. Right now, it's like 90% guys and 10% girls.
Which is why, I sympathize sympathize with women when they say they feel uncomfortable when they walk past like a construction site and they get hooted and hollered at.
Yeah.
I sympathize. It can't be easy, but I would personally, on a personal level, if that happened to me, I might not mind.
Well, here's why you wouldn't mind. And by the way, this is why guys hoot and holler at women. Because nobody hoots and hollers at us, so we don't know how annoying it really is. That's why it happens.
If it happened to us on a regular basis,
met me?
I'm sure we'd be done.
Have you met me?
Yeah, but you hoot and holler at older gentlemen, though. That's different.
Yeah.
That's different.
One time, I'll just say this: I was walking home from high school, and this guy who used to work at this store, he was older. He used to say things to me as I walked by. And one day he said something, and I fucking had it.
Really?
I turned around and I was like, "What did you say?" And he's like,
"What did he say? Please, young girl, stop flirting with me." Is that what he said that upset you so much?
Stop showing me your tits every time you walk past here.
No, go ahead. Just finish your story.
Said something, and I was like, I had enough. I'm like, "What did you say?" I didn't say anything. I'm like, "What the fuck did you say?" And then ever since then, he wouldn't say anything. And he was like my dad's age, okay? At that time.
Mm-hmm.
Gross.
That's disgusting.
I always thought it was creepy.
What did he say that made you flip out?
I'm not going to say it.
I always thought it was creepy when, like, I remember being in high school and watching, like, grown old men, like, flirt with the girls that we were hanging out with. It would be so disgusting to me.
And weird
Unless you're Tony, I don't want it.
Oh, that's funny. Tony is somebody that we know's father.
Actually, it's Frank's brother's father-in-law.
Or that too.
There he is. Yeah, to be more specific.
Yeah, right. To be very specific.
Final topic to weigh in. Alex
good.
Trebek had his last episode tonight. And on top of like
R.I.P.
Seriously, the only legitimately the only non-political thing that was trending was Trebek's last show and who's going to succeed him. Now, I mean, pretty much everybody thought that Jennings had it in the bag.
Right.
And he's obviously still like the lead guest host, but the Los Angeles Times started throwing out some names of who could be a good candidate as well. Here's one that I think has a real shot. What do you guys think of Katie Couric?
Oh.
She would be good.
Really?
Janine, you hate it?
No?
No, I don't like it.
I think she'd be all right. She knows how to host and she speaks well.
Well, I hear someone's out of a job like January 21st, so maybe him?
Maybe.
Excuse me. Use your buzzer. Use your buzzer. I am the greatest host to ever host Jeopardy.
Answer the affirmative question or not. Doesn't matter to me. I don't care.
The judges say that's an alternate fact. We're going to deduct $600 from you.
And these are the best judges. I put them all in. They are my judges.
They're the best judges to ever judge anything.
They're lifetime appointed judges. And they're wonderful people.
Our returning champion. Wait, who did you vote for? You mailed in? Disqualified the returning champion.
Oh, that's pretty funny.
Yeah, so Katie Couric, they say Jennings is still in it. They keep throwing around Anderson Cooper's name. They're throwing around George Stephanopoulos. I feel like that's a step down for him. He's making a bigger salary right now.
He's doing just fine.
But here's the thing, though. I mean, this is me, and this is why I'm not Anderson Cooper or George Stephanopoulos. If I'm one of those guys and I'm like, wait a second, you mean I could still be on TV, make a ton of money, and I don't have to be involved in any of this sad garbage that's going on?
That would be fantastic.
Sign me up for that.
That is a dream job.
Yeah.
It's true.
Just as Drew
Ryan
Carey.
Seacrest?
Right. No, but Drew,
he has nothing
work
else going
half
on.
an hour.
Drew Carey had like a real career going. He was like, you know what? Screw it. I'm just going to host Price is Right. It'll be great. I'll go in, I'll get my check. And
you know what?
It's a beautiful
I'm bored.
thing.
Yeah.
Hosting a game show, that's got to be, that's a dream job right there. It's just easygoing. Everything you're doing is fun.
Yeah. Also, whenever you mention Katie
serious.
Couric, you have to also mention Meredith Vieira. That legally you have to mention those two in the same breath when talking about getting a job.
Cool. What about Oprah? What is she doing these days?
Nah, that's way below Oprah. Way below.
She's not doing anything now, is she? Or
No.
does she have something going on?
She still has.
She always makes money.
Yeah, she's Oprah. She makes money when she breathes.
When she farts, she gets $5,000.
That's true. It's $5,000 a fart. That's pretty good.
You'd be a millionaire, Anthony.
I feel like Ken Jennings was a shoo-in for this until the Bean Dad thing, and now that Katie Couric's name is floating out, I feel like he's going to lose this job to Katie Couric. Katie Couric is like...
I hope not, though.
By the way, and what Frank said, here's why what Frank said was so perfect, and I get that Janine doesn't like her, but what Frank said is basically how every entertainment executive thinks. Like, well, she's hosted stuff before. I guess she
has experience.
That's it. That's
and
all.
She knows how to. She could read a teleprompter.
Yeah.
And speak well.
So it'd be more interesting if he did it, though, right?
Who would be?
It'd be more interesting if Ken did it.
Ken Jennings.
Yeah, because that's
that's
a dream job, though.
Yeah, he is smart. He knows how to what he's doing, but is he? A host? Does he have what it takes to be a host? He might be very smart and he might know the game inside and out, but is he a personality? Is he an on-air guy?
He is kind of weird. But maybe 2021, we need weird.
Maybe.
I think we need less weird.
Maybe.
I don't know, man. I think Meredith Vieira would be good. She's host. What does she host? Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? A while back.
Yeah.
Yeah, she knows how to handle herself on stage there.
That was an easy payday. By the way, they do like 7 of these in a day. So like in 4 days, they knock out like an entire season. Like there's just no easier way to make a living.
Exactly.
The dream.
Can we just have that job,
I'm available.
Please?
If anybody
I'm available.
From Jeopardy is watching.
Unfortunately, if somebody from Jeopardy was watching you, Frank, and wanted to make you an offer, you wouldn't hear it because your internet sucks. That's the difference.
My phone works. Call me. They don't have my number.
Excuse me. This is Final Jeopardy. Final.
Pay attention. Excuse me.
They could get rid of that with wrong. He could just go wrong. That's
into the microphone. Like,
wrong.
On that note,
last category is China.
China virus.
What is China?
By the way, my daughter, whenever we talk about going potty, she goes, "I have a gina." That's what she said.
I say that too every time I go to the bathroom.
Oh, good. See that's what happened, Anthony. This is what happens if you don't put a stop to that.
I can't have my daughter grow up to be a meth head.
Frank,
that would be a big disappointment.
I was going to say, Frank's definitely slept with more people than I have, so it doesn't even matter.
Oh, shut your face, man slut. What do you think about that, bitch?
Man slut.
Fine. Is that an insult?
No, it's not.
Okay.
We don't want. I feel uncomfortable talking about this because then if we have to go to Tim's stats, it's going to make us all feel bad. So let's.
Exactly.
Who said we had to go there? Let's not do that, please.
Yeah, let's move on. All right. Check out our Clips channel. Of course, we have single topic videos up there on the YouTube channel. You can get to that at anthonyonair.com. And don't forget to rate and review on Apple Podcast. All links and information is up for you at anthonyonair.com. Any final thoughts there?
Janine.
Oh. God. I can't wait for more political discussions this weekend. That's it.
I could see a contestant going, "Where is China?" Him going, "Wrong. It's China."
Wrong.
It's pronounced
China.
Oh yeah, we're actually having a socially distant gathering, and everybody is very concerned about the political discussion about how that's going to go this weekend. I'm concerned. I'm worried about it.
The last time we got together, there was no political discussion.
That's true.
No, I'm not even kidding you.
Yeah, but you know what? Whenever we're all together, everybody's chill.
Yeah, pretty much. It's just, actually, there's more laughter than there is fighting, I have to say.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter.
I just feel like Janine's brother and the other guy, I'm a little worried about that one. I'm a little worried.
The other guy.
You know what, though? A big thing happened this past week, but it's going to be fun. It's going to be funny.
I don't think it'll be that bad, honestly. Whenever everybody's together, especially when the kids are there, nothing really gets out of hand.
I hope so.
Okay.
I hope so.
$50 Nick throws him for a punch.
I was gonna say, tune into the next episode to see who punched out who. All right, we'll leave it there. Enjoy your weekend. Thanks so much for all the support, and we'll see you on the next episode.